Alright. So the first at-tadribat exercises. Okay. The first tadrib or the first exercise, alif, sarrif. Sarrif. This is the same instruction that I've given in the fi'al madi. So in the fi'al madi, we had similar exercise, sarrif. So sarrif means conjugate. That means I want to see the tasrif of the verb. I want to see the changes that occurred to the verb, that will occur to the verb according to the different domir. Huwa, just like what we did just now. Huwa yazhabu, huma yazhabani, hum yazhabuna, until the end, ana azhabu and nahnu nazhabu. So you do that to all of these verbs. Sarrif al-af'al al-mudari at-taliya. So you change or you conjugate the following fi'al mudari. So here, these are all the fi'al mudari. Okay, the same fi'al that we have done in fi'al madi. Fahima, darasa, fahima, and so on. Okay, so before we do this, let us try several verbs, and then I leave it to you to do it as homework, and you can upload it in Google Classroom. All right. Okay, so let us try number one, yadrusu. Okay, yadrusu. Now I give you this, yadrusu. Okay, let us try together. So the verb is yadrusu. The verb is yadrusu. Ya dal rosin. Yadrusu. Okay, sorry. Okay, yadrusu. Now, what is the verb for huwa?
Yadrusu.
Yadrusu. Yes. So yadrusu is actually for huwa. So we don't change anything. Huwa yadrusu. Good. Okay. What about for huma? What about huma? Now we want to say
Yadrusani.
yadrusani. Naam. So shukran Azam. Yadrusu, yadru. You add the alif and nun. Sahih. So we say huma yadrusani. Good. Okay. What about for home? They are learning or they are studying.
Have answer says
Yes.
Yadrusun.
Yadrusun. Yadrusun. Make sure you read the last syllable with a long sound. Yadrusuna. Yadrusun. Yes. So for home, we say yadrusuna. You add these two letters, waw and also nun. Okay, good. So huwa yadrusu, huma yadrusani, hum yadrusuna. All right. What about hiya? You want to say she. She is studying.
Tadrusu.
Naam, again.
Hiya tadrusu.
Hiya tadrusu. Syukran Aman. Hiya tadrusu. Yes, for hiya we change to ta. Hiya tadrus. Hiya tadrus. Naam. Hiya tadrus. Or hiya tadrusu. Huma. So you can look at the previous example and tell me what is this for huma.
Tadrusani.
Tadrusani. Good. Huma is tadrusani. Naam. Huma tadrusani. Okay. Sahih. Hunna. You want to say they are studying for female.
Yadrusna.
Yadrusna. Yes, sahih. Yadrus. And don't forget that the last letter of the verb, which is the letter sin, you need to put a sukun. Okay. So yadrus and the nun is yadrusna. Yes, sahih. So hiya tadrusu, huma tadrusani, hunna yadrusna. They are studying. Yes, correct. Now for anta, you want to say anta, you are studying or you study. Okay. What is the fi'l?
Tadrusu.
Anta tadrusu. Naam, sahih. Anta tadrusu. Anta tadrusu. Naam. Antuma. This is now for two.
Tadrusani.
Tadrusani. Yes, for two you just add alif and nun. Sahih. Tadrusani. Antuma tadrusani. Okay, good. Now this is for plural, for many, but male. So yes, what do you do? What do we do here?
Waw and nun.
Wow and nun. Good. So we add wow and nun. So the word is
Tadrusuna.
Tadrusuna. So the first part of the word, you just follow the previous verb. Tadrus, tadrus. So here this is also tadrus. Yes, tadrus. So in the end, you just add the waw and nun. That's all. So we say tadrusuna. You are studying. Antum tadrusuna. Okay, good. Anti. You for female. Anti. Yes, what do we do?
Tadrusina.
Tadrusina. Yes, good. Thank you. Tadrusina. Naam. So anti tadrusina. Anti tadrusina. Ya Fatima, anti tadrusina. Okay, good. Antuma. Both of you. Okay, yes.
Tadrusani.
Tadrusani. Tadrusani. Yes. So antuma tadrusani. Antuma tadrusani. Now, antunna for female. Antunna. All of you. All of you are studying.
Tadrusna.
Tadrusna. Yes, correct. For antunna, for female, we add the nun. We add nun in the end of the verb. But don't forget, the last letter of the verb, you need to put a sukun. So we say tadrusna. Tadrusna. Yes, sahih. Antunna tadrusna. Okay, good. And ana, I am studying. Or I study.
Adrusu.
Adrusu. Naam. Thank you, Ahmad. Adrusu. Ana adrusu fil jami'ati al-islamiyah. And finally, we, nahnu. Nahnu
Nadrusu.
nadrusu. Naam, sahih. Nahnu nadrusu. So we say nahnu nadrusu. Okay. So this is the example of the fi'il for the fi'il yadrusu. Okay. For the fi'il yadrusu. All right. Okay. So you can try this. The rest of the verb. Okay. Try for yafhamu. Okay. Do the conjugation as well. Do the tasrif. Yafhamu, huwa yafhamu, huma yafhamani, hum yafhamuna. So you need to start according to the arrangement that we did in the previous example. Start with huwa, huma, hum. Okay, follow the order of the verb. The order of the domir, the pronoun that we learned in the topic of pronoun. Huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, until the end. Okay, so that do this and hopefully you'll be able to memorize the changes. Okay, after you have done all of this. Yaktubu, huwa yaktubu, huma yaktubani, hum yaktubuna, hiya taktubu, until the end. Okay, so do this until the verb yajtahidu. Okay. Any questions for this one? Okay. Okay, now this is how do you use the verb? So previously it just we look at the changes. So that's it. What is important is not just the changes, but how do you use it in the sentences? So which verb should be used in each of these sentences? All right. So let us look at ba. Ba, ikhtar, choose. Ikhtar al-ijabata sahiha. Choose the correct ijabah. Choose the correct answer. Ijabah is answer and sahiha is correct. Mimma, from what, baina, in between the qausain, the bracket. So from the bracket. Here we give you fi'il mudari. So all of these words are all fi'il mudari. Okay, but they are for different domir. They are for different pronoun. So we want to choose the version, the correct version, and put it in all of these sentences. All right. So let us look at number one. Okay, number one, hiya ila al-amal kulla yawmin. Hiya ila al-amal kulla yawmin. And the verb is yakhruju, takhruju, takhrujani. Okay. Refer to the notes and tell me what is this verb. What does it mean?
Takhruju.
Yes, takhruju or takhruji. What does it mean? What is the meaning of takhruju or yakhruju or takhrujina?
Takhruju means to go out.
To go out, yes, sahih. So takhruju or yakhruju or takhrujuna, to go out. So this person is going out, or this person goes out. Okay, sahih. That is the meaning. So now they use it for the fi'il. They use it for the dhamir hiya. So according to our what we did just now, when it is hiya, so what is the correct version? So Azam, just now you sorry, Amal, you said yes. What is the answer?
Takhruju, Ustaz.
Takhruju. Yes, Azam just now also said takhruju. Yes, correct. So this is the answer. Takhruju. So we say hiya takhruju ila al-amal. Hiya takhruju. So she goes out. She goes out to amal. Amal bermakna? Anyone? Amal? Amal is work. Amal. So she goes to work. She goes to work. This is the meaning. She went out. Sorry, she goes out. So you just translate, she goes to work. And what is this kulla yaumin?
Every day.
Every day, yes, sahih. So for everyday things, then we use fi'l mudari. Okay, so here she goes out to work every day. So for every day, every week, every month, we use fi'l mudari, takhruju. Okay, and then make sure the version is correct. Here is the one is takhruju. Now that is number one. Number two. So as we go, as we solve the exercises, if you have any question, please ask. Okay, please ask. Please interrupt me and ask the question. Okay, number two, home ad-darsa. Home ad-darsa. Darsa bermakna
Lesson.
lesson, yes. So home, they lesson. So what are they doing to the lesson? Yafham, this is the fi'il. Yafham, yafhamun, tafhamun. So what does it mean? Yafham or tafham or yafhamun.
To understand.
To understand, yes. Yes, to understand. So yafham, yafhamun, tafhamun, to understand. So in the sentence, it means they understand. So what is the one for they?
Yafhamun.
Yafhamun, sahih. So the suitable word for they, for home is yafhamun. So we say home yafhamuna ad-darsa. So they understand the lesson. Sahih. Al-an, raqam salasa. Raqam salasa. Now it is ana. Ana. Ana al-halib. Al-halib fi sabah. Ana al-halib fi sabah. And the verb is yashrabu, ashrabu, nashrabu. Okay, what does it mean by ashrabu, nashrabu, tashrabu? Anyone remembers this word? Yashrabu, ashrabu. Yes, you can refer to the previous notes. Shariba, for fi'il madi is shariba. Shariba yashrabu.
To drink.
Drink, yes. So shariba or yashrabu is to drink. So which one is the correct one for ana?
Ashrabu.
Ana ashrabu. Of course, when it is ana, you use alif. Okay, every time you have ana, so you say alif, ashrabu. For ana ashrabu, I drink. So what do you drink? Ashrabul halib. Halib means milk. So I drink milk fi sabah. Fi sabah in the morning. Naam. Ana ashrabul halib fi sabah. Okay, so this is the correct one. Rakam arba'ah. Rakam arba'ah, number 4. Anta. Okay, so this is anta. Anta al-an ala al-kursiyil qadim. Anta al-an. You al-an. Al-an, anyone knows what does it mean by al-an? We have learned this word in one of the lesson. Al-an. This is, yes, Muaz. Muaz, you want to say anything?
Now?
What is al-an? Now. Yes, thank you. Al-an is now. Yes, correct. So al-an, now. Al-an ala al-kursi. Al-kursi. What is this thing? Al-kursi?
Chair.
Chair. Yes, kursi is chair. Now, kurusi. Arabic word is kursi. Al-kursi al-qadim, the old chair. So you now on the old chair. Ala is on. So the verb is yajlis, tajlis, tajlisin. Okay, what does it mean? by yajlis or tajlisin. The fi'l madhi for this word is jalasa. Jalasa.
Sit.
Sit, yes, sit down. So you say yajlisu. Yajlisu. So which one is the correct one for anta? Is it anta yajlisu, anta tajlisu, or anta tajlisina?
Tajlisu.
Taj, again Muaz?
Tajlisu.
Tajlisu. Ah, sahih, yes. Anta tajlisu. Good. So that is the correct word for anta. So we say anta tajlisu. Naam, sahih. Okay. So this is if they use the domir anta, antuma, antum. It is very easy. Then you just refer to the conjugation table again. But now, sometimes they don't use this domir. They replace it with names, or they replace it with a noun, for example. So you need to identify what is the correct domir for these people. Is it huwa? Is it hiya? Is it anta? Is it antum? Antuma? Ana? Nahnu? Then you need to check. Number 5, rakam khamsa, Muhammad. Instead of the domir anta, hiya, huwa, huma, they say Muhammad. Muhammad fi mahallati Usman. Mahalla is your mahalla. Usman. So Muhammad in mahalla Usman. So the verb is yaskun, taskun, naskun. What does it mean? Yaskunu, taskunu, naskunu.
To live.
Live, yes, to live. Yes, thank you. To live is yaskun. Now, so we want to say, Muhammad live or Muhammad stays in mahalla Usman. Which one is the correct one for Muhammad?
Yaskunu.
Yaskunu, okay. Why do we say yaskunu? Why not taskunu and why not naskunu?
Yaskunu refers to huwa. He.
Yes, yaskunu refers to huwa, and Muhammad also refers to, we can also use huwa to refer to Muhammad. Yes, correct. So this is what I mean. You have to use the correct domir. So replace the word with the correct domir. So Muhammad, of course, Muhammad is huwa, he. Then you use the correct one for yaskunu, which so this is the correct fi'l. So Muhammad yaskunu. If you replace it to huwa yaskunu. Okay, so this is yaskunu number 5. Al-an rakam 6, number 6. Rakam 6 Zainab. Al-an Zainab. Zainab al-khubza al-khubz fil futur. Zainab al-khubz fil futur. So the fi'l is ya'kulu, ta'kulu, ta'kulin. Okay, what is the meaning of this fi'l first? Ya'kul, ta'kul, ta'kulin. Yes, Amal. To eat, yes. To eat, yes, Azam. To eat. So ya'kul or ta'kul, ta'kulin. So Zainab, now you want to say Zainab eats. So which one is the correct one?
Ta'kulu.
Zainab ta'kulu. Yes, sahih. So check. You can check whether it is correct or not. What is the domir for Zainab?
Ya.
Hiya, sahih. So when we say Zainab, Zainab is hiya, she. So hiya, the fi'l should be ta'kulu. So hiya ta'kulu, Zainab ta'kulu. Zainab ta'kulu al-khubz. Anyone knows what is this word khubz? This is something that you eat in the breakfast normally.
Bread.
Anyone? Bread, yes, sahih. Khubz is bread. So we say khubz, khubz, al-khubzu, al-khubza, al-khubzi. So sometimes we just say khubz, khubz. So khubz is the bread is khubz. Now, Zainab ta'kul al-khubza, al-khubz fil futur. So futur is breakfast. So she eats khubz during the breakfast. Futur. Now, rakam 7. Okay. As-saba, at-tulab. At-tulab. Here we have this sa. Remember what is this word? Sa? The word that you add. Will, yes. Now you want to say he will do, she will do, they will do. So you just add this letter sa. The verb is still fi'il mudari. Okay, so you just add sa. Now, at-tulab. And the verb here is yadrus, yadrusun, tadrusun. Al-lughat al-arabiyya. Okay, so what is the meaning of this word? Yadrus, tadrus, yadrusun, adrus, nadrus. To learn, yes, okay. So adrusu, I learn. Tadrusu, you learn. Tadrus is to learn. Okay, so now the word is tulab. At-tulab. Okay, ma ma'na tulab?
Students.
Students. And what is the domir?
Home.
Home. Sahih. Home. Now, this is the jamak word. This is the plural word. Tulab, the students. So, the students, then the dhamir is home. Okay, because it is plural. Right. So, home. At-tulab. At-tulab is jamak for the word talibun. Talib. So, talib is one student and tulab is many students. The students. So, home, yani at-tulab, home, sa. So, now we want to use the correct word for home or for tulab. Which one? At-tulab sa
Yadrusun.
saya durusun. Okay, let us check. Is it correct? So, tulab, just now we said tulab is home. So, home yadrusun, yes, correct. So, you just join the word with sa. Sa yadrusuna. Sayadrusun. At-tulab sayadrusuna al-lughat al-arabiyyah. Al-lugha, language, Arabiya, Arab. So, Arabic language. Al-lughat al-arabiyyah. Naam, sahih. Rakam 8. Rakam 8. Rakam 8, now we have this word, hal. This is to ask a question, hal. Okay, anyone remember what this mean? What is this hal? What is the meaning of hal? If I ask you, hal anta talib? Hal anta bi khair? Hal anta min Malaysia? What is this hal?
I don't remember the English, but I think in Malay, is it adakah, Ustaz?
Yes, sahih. So
Adakah?
yes, sahih. So hal in Malay you say adakah. In English it depends. Sometimes you say do, does, are, is, was, were. This is the word hal. So for example, in this sentence, hal sa, and then you want to use it with the verb. So we say do. Do you? So hal, do. Or if you want to use it for continuous tense, then are you. So it depends on the context, whether you translate it as do or does or are or is, it depends on the context. Okay, so now hal, you want to use the verb yaqra, to read. Yaqra, taqra, taqra'in. Yaqra, taqra, taqra'in. Okay, apa makna yaqra, taqra and taqra'in?
To read.
Read, yes, sahih. So taqra, taqra, aqra, reading, read. Okay, so now you want to ask this person, do you read, for example? Or are you reading? That is the meaning of the word hal. Okay. Al-kitab, ya Fatima. Ya Fatima. So now the person is Fatima, but before the word Fatima, you have this ya. So what does it mean? Ya, when I say ya Fatima.
We must use auntie.
Okay, we must use auntie. But before that, what is this word? Ya.
Oh, Fatima.
Oh, Fatima, yes. So you want to call somebody in Arabic, we add the word ya. So you say, ya Fatima, oh Fatima. So when you call this person, of course you are talking to him, then the dhamir, it is either anta or anti or antuma or antum. Okay, it is not huwa, huma, hiya, no. Okay, so you look at the clue. The clue is in the letter ya. Okay, or in the meaning. So in the sentence, what does it mean? As I'm showing to you. So you, it is anta or anti. So this is female, then we say this is for anti. So since this is for anti, what is the correct word for anti? Yaqra, taqra, or taqra'in?
Taqra'ina.
Taqra'ina. So we say anti taqra'ina. Okay, anti taqra'ina. All right. Anti taqra'in. So the question is hal sa, will again. Hal sataqra'ina al-kitab? Hal sataqra'ina al-kitab? Are you going to read the book, Fatima? Are you going to read? So now the hal means are. Okay, again, as I say, it depends on the context. So are you going to read the book, Fatima? Yes. No. Naam. Rakam 9. Now we have this question. Aina, this word. Aina. Combined with the word ila. Ila, aina. So this is asking, okay, what does it mean? Ila, aina.
Where are you going to?
Where are you? Where? To where? Not going because we don't have the word going here. Just to where? Okay, to where? Saufa. So again, saufa is similar to sa, will. And then we look at the verb. The verb is tazhabin, tazhabu, tazhabna, yazhabna. Yes, this is go. So Muaz mentioned just now, you are going is including this word, including this verb. So tazhabu or tazhabna, yazhabna, to go. Yes. So which one is the correct word? So we need to read until the end of the sentence. Where will go, but who? Is it you? Is it she? Is it anta? Let us check. Fil ijaza, in the ijaza. Okay, what is ijaza?
Exam.
Again,
Exam.
Azam? Third Sam.
Not sure stats.
Al-ijaza, okay. This word is similar to the word that you learned in the first topic, which is al-utlah. Okay. What is al-utlah? The title of our first lesson. They say, al-yawma utlah.
Holiday, Ustaz?
Holiday. Naam, sahih aman. So, utlah is holiday. Ijaza is also holiday. So, you say, ana fil ijaza. I'm on a holiday. Okay. Fil ijaza. So, we say ijaza or utlah. Naam. Fa ila aina saufa fil ijaza during the holiday. Ya talibat. Again, you have this word ya. So now you are talking to these people. Ya, and talibat bermakna, is it jama or plural? Jama or mufrad? Is it plural or singular?
I think it's jamak.
This word is jama. Yes. How do you know this word is jama? This is plural. How do we know? What? There is a sign. The sign of a plural. We have learned this when we learn about singular, musanna, mufrad, musanna, and also jama. I did mention about this.
We add alif before ta.
Alif, not alif, alif and ta. Both letters. Yes. So when you have this alif and ta, yes, this is the sign that the word is jama. Okay, good. That is number one, jama. Is it for male or for female?
Female.
For female, yes. So when you have alif and ta, it is for jama and it is for female. And the word is it comes from the word talib. So what does it mean by talibat?
Students.
Again?
Students.
Students,
Female.
male or female? Female
Oh,
students.
female.
Many female students. Yes, female students. So this is the meaning of talibat. And then you have ya. So you are talking to them. Oh, students, where are you going? So where will you go? So that is also the meaning of the sentence. So what is the correct fi'l for this sentence? You want to use the fi'l for the word ya talibat. Oh, students.
Tazhabna.
Tazhabna. Okay, tazhabna. Okay, tazhabna. Let us check. Is it correct or not? Tazhabna. Okay, so what is the damir that we can replace this ya talibat?
Antunna.
Antunna. Good, because this is for jama'. So ya talibat can be replaced with antunna. Antunna, ya talibat means antunna, all of you. Yes. So antunna, and the fi'l is tazhabna. Yes, correct. So aina, ila aina, saufa tazhabna. So where will you be going? Where will you be going during the holiday, oh students? Right. So this is the answer for number 9. Wa al-akhir rakam 10. Okay, 10. Ashara Ahmad wa Umar. Ahmad wa Umar fid dirasa. Ahmad wa Umar. Ahmad and Umar. Dirasa. Okay, dirasa bermakna, anyone knows this word? Dirasa.
School?
School, no. School is not dirasa. School is madrasa. School is madrasa. Mim, dal, ra, sin, ta. This is school. Madrasa. Dirasa means study, but this is the noun, not the verb. Not to study. To study is darasa yadrusu. Okay, the word this one is to study. Darasa yadrusu, to study. But this is study in the noun form. So Ahmad wa Umar in study. In their study, you can say that. So we want to choose the correct word. Okay, what is this? Yajtahidu, yajtahidani, and tajtahidu. Ma ma'na al-fi'l? What is the meaning of the fi'l? This is from the fi'l ijtahada. In the madi form, ijtahada. Mudari is yajtahidu.
Here.
No, the meaning. The meaning.
Work hard, Ustaz.
Again, Amal, I didn't hear you.
Work hard.
Work hard. Yes, work hard. So now we want to say Ahmad wa Umar work hard in their study. They studied hard. They are studying hard. They are working hard in their study. Which one is the correct fi'l for Ahmad wa Umar?
Yajtahidani.
Yajtahidani. Okay, let us see. Yajtahidani. Okay, let us check whether this is correct or not. Okay, replace this word, these two people with a damir.
Huma.
Huma, good. So the damir for Ahmad wa Umar is huma, both of them. They, right? So they, but here, because this is two, then we say huma. We don't say home, no. We say huma. So since this is huma, so you refer to the table again, huma, you use a ya, and in the end you have alif and nun. Okay, because this is huma muzakkar, male, not muannas. If this is Fatima wa Zainab, then this is the correct one. Okay, so yes, the answer is yajtahidani. Ahmad wa Umar yajtahidani fi ad-dirasah. Nah, okay. So this is the exercise at-tadribu tsani ba on the al-fi'lu al-mudari. Okay. Any questions so far? Anything you want to ask?
Ustaz, I have a question.
Yes.
If you mention something like time indicator such as kulla yawmin and al-an, is it always refers to fi'al mudhari'?
Yes, thank you, Azam. Azam's question is, so if you use time, for example, al-an, now, or kulla yawm, every day, is it, must we use fi'al mudhari'? Yes, we must use fi'al mudhari'. Why? Because if you refer to the notes again, we said that fi'al mudhari' is used for three conditions. First, the action that takes place in the present. So it is every day is in the present, right? When you say every day, kulla yawm, so you use simple present tense. So this is fi'al mudhari'. So when you have kulla yawm, every day, kulla yawmin, every day. Or sometimes they don't even mention kulla yawm, but the action, you do it every day. You do it at the moment, at the present time. So we use fi'al mudhari'. So for example, you want to describe how do you go to university? Azhabu ilal jami'ah bisayara, for example, by car. You go to the university by car. So when you say azhabu, so you are referring to the present time, right? So we use fi'al mudhari'. Yes, correct. That is number one. Number two, so here it is used for something that is happening right now. So you use al-an, for example. You say al-an now. Al-an. So definitely when you say al-an, then you will use fi'al mudhari' again. And the meaning is, of course, it changed to present continuous tense. Sometimes they don't use the word al-an, but from the context, you know it is now. Then you use fi'al mudhari' as well. Is it okay, Azza?
I understand that. Thank you.
Okay. If it is in the past, then you use fi'al madi. That's all. Other than that, you use fi'al mudhari'. So with regard to time in Arabic, you have only two types of verbs. Number one is fi'al madi, something that has happened in the past. If it is at the moment, now, or in the future, so you just use fi'al mudhari'. That's all. Okay, so now we have learned two types of verb, fi'al madi and also fi'al mudhari'. So the remaining verb that we will learn in the next class, or maybe after our midterm break, is so we will learn another type of verbs later that is called fi'lu al-amri. That is, you can Google this, so that when we learn this this topic, you will have better understanding. So we will learn this later. The third type of the verb. The first is fi'l madi, the second is fi'l mudari, and the third type is fi'l amr. Fi'l amr, this is when you want to ask, when you want to instruct people. So Ali, come here. Muhammad, read that, and so on. So you want to tell people to do things, then you will have to use fi'l amr. Okay, so this is the next lesson, inshallah. Okay, any other questions for fi'l mudari, present tense?
I have one more question, Ustaz.
Yes,
if it's
yes,
okay.
please. Yes.
Regarding the last question, if we want to use kulla yawma or al-an, where should we put the verb? How to know the position of the word in the sentence?
Okay, in the sentence. Okay, thank you very much. So the question is, where is the position of the fi'l, of the verb? All right. So so this is we have another topic when we want to form sentences. I just give you some information about this. So normally there is a standard structure when you want to form a sentence in Arabic. There is a standard structure that we can follow. So the standard structure, if it is involving a verb, because we are learning about verb, so the standard structure for the verb, you have two standard structures. The first structure is you start with the verb. Let us start with noun first. You start with a noun, isim. Isim means a noun. You start with a noun. Or you start with a domir. Domir is the pronoun. Just like what we had in all of our examples here. So you start with, for example, in the first example, you start with the pronoun here, huma, ana, anta. Or you can start with an ordinary noun, just like number 5, Muhammad, Zainab, Atulab, and so on. Okay, Ahmad wa Umar. And of course, 8 and 9, you have to start with something else because you are asking questions. Okay, right. So that is the first thing. You start with a noun or name or a pronoun. Then only after that you add the verb, whether it is fi'l madi or fi'l mudari. So these two, normally you start your sentence using these two, and then you can use other words. And if you want to include all this timing, al-an, kulla yawm, and so on, you can put it in the end of the sentence. Al-an, kulla yawm. That is the standard structure. But this does not prevent you from putting this al-an in front of the sentence. You can use that as well. So for example, the question, where do we have this al-an? Kulla yawm, sorry. For example, the word kulla yawm. Kulla yawm. So here, I put it in the end of the word. But if you want to use it in the beginning of the sentence, that is also fine. You say, kulla yawmin hiya takhruju ilal amal. You can say that. And in fact, if you want to put it in the middle of the sentence, that is also possible. Hiya takhruju kulla yawmin ilal amal. So it's not a problem where you put that meaning, as long as the sentence, the meaning is understood. Is it okay, Azam?
Understand, Ustaz. Thank you.
Okay. Similarly, if you look at number 4, it is the same thing. If you look at number 4, where do I put this al-an? In the middle of the sentence. If I want to put it in the end of the sentence, it is also sahih, correct? For example, you say, anta tajlisu alal kursiyil qadim al-an. You put it in the end of a sentence. That is also correct. If you want to put it in the beginning of the sentence, al-an anta tajlisu alal kursiyil qadim, that is also correct. So the placement of these words depends on your emphasis. What do you want to emphasize? If you want to emphasize on the time, then you can put it in front of the sentence. If you want to focus on the verb, then you start your sentence with the verb. All right. So this is with regard to the structure of the sentence. So as we said, this is one of the structures. You can start with the noun or the pronoun, then only you use the domir. Okay. The second structure, this is something that we will see as well. The second structure is the opposite. You start with the verb. You start with the verb. Then only you put the noun, the isim. Then only you put the person. For example, we take the example number 6 or number 5 and number 6. So for number 5, we say Muhammad yaskunu fi mahala Usman. So here you start with the name Muhammad. And also start with verb. So instead of Muhammad yaskunu, you can start with the verb. You say yaskunu, stays. Who stays? Muhammad. This is also correct. Yaskun Muhammad fi mahala Usman. Okay, so this is the second way, second structure, if you want to use a verb. But of course, there are some differences in terms of the rules, grammar rules. In terms of the grammar rule, there are some rules that you have to observe. If you use this structure, what will you do? You will have to change the verb according to these people. If this is one, this must be for one. This is huwa, this must be yazhab. This is here, this must be tazhab. This is home, this must be yazhabun. Just like what we did in the exercises. But later, when we learn about this one, so here this is a bit flexible. You can use the mufrad version of the fi'l. It doesn't matter whether this is one, this is two, or this is plural. You do not need to change. So for this one, we will leave it later. So when we come to the topic, I will explain more about this. So at the moment, you just focus on this type of sentences. Just focus on the changes of the fi'l. Yes. Any other question?
I have one more question, Ustaz.
Yes, thank you, please.
About the fi'al mudhari' for the domir huma feminine, antuma for both gender, the word is almost the same. So if you use the second structure,
Yes.
how to actually identify them without the name? For example, without Fatimah or Ali or without.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
So here, Azam, you have two questions. Question number one is, so they are similar. Okay. So this word, the fi'al mudhari' for huma, for antuma and antuma, yes, they are similar. They are similar. But how do you differentiate between them in the sentence? You have to look at the context. You have to look at the context. For example, if the context says Fatima wa Zainab tazhabani. So what is this? Is this for they or for you? Or you for female or you for male? Which one? Is it for huma? Is it for antuma muzakkar or is it for antuma muannas?
Antuma muannas.
Antuma muannas. Okay, why? Because no, this is not antuma muannas.
Huma.
Huma. Because we are talking about they, them. Okay, Fatima wa Zainab, huma. So how do you understand this? You look at the clue. So in this sentence, you see this Fatima wa Zainab. So you can identify, oh, the damir is huma. So this is for both of them. Okay, but what if the sentence, in the sentence you don't have this? If the sentence do not have this, of course you will have difficulties understanding. Is it antuma? Is it huma? Tazhabani. For example, I just say tazhabani ila al-jami'ah. Okay, who goes to the jami'ah? Do we know? If we just say tazhabani ila al-jami'ah. Is it you? Possible. For male and also for female, both of you. Is it huma? It is also possible. So which one? So in this case, if it is a single sentence, of course, definitely the sentence should include the person. If it is a single sentence, a sentence on its own. But if it is part of a short paragraph, then in this case, what you need to do is you need to check the previous sentences. You need to refer to the previous sentences. Then only you understand. Is it for huma or antuma muzakkar or antuma muannas? For example, let's look at one example. Okay, for example, we have okay, I read 2 or 3 sentences. For example, we say Fatima wa Zainab, Fatima wa Zainab talibatani fi al-jami'ah. Okay, that is the first sentence. Fatima wa Zainab talibatani fil jami'ah. Fatima and Zainab are 2 students in the university. First sentence. The second sentence. Sorry, I write it here. Yazhabani ila al-jami'ah kulla yaumin. Yazhabani ilal jami'a kulla yaumin. Okay. So can you tell me when we say yazhabani in this sentence, this is referring to which dhamir? How do you translate this? Is it you or is it they?
They for male, masculine.
Sorry, not yazhabani. If I put yazhabani, then we have difficulties understanding this. Sorry, it should be tazhabani. Tazhabani ilal jami'a kulla yaum. Tazhabani, it can be for she, for they, female. It can be for you, both of you male and both of you female. But in this context, which one? Is it for huma? Is it for antuma?
Huma.
Huma? How do you know it is huma?
Because Fatima was Zainab.
Yeah, so you refer to the previous sentence. All right? So if you don't see any, if they don't mention any name, for example, or you don't have any dhamir, so you have to understand this is you have to refer to the previous sentence. You have to look at the context. This is talking about which person. Okay? So this is how you understand the word tazhabani in the context. So then only you will be able to determine whether it is for huma, whether it is for antuma. Similarly, for the fi'il tazhabu. For the fi'il tazhabu. So if you look at the jadwal, the table, tazhabu is used for 2 people. Okay, what is the dhamir? What are the dhamir? Hiya and anta. Sahih. So hiya tazhabu, anta is also tazhabu. But how do you know? Is it hiya or anta? For example, in the sentence say tazhabu ilal jami'ah. They don't mention anybody. So in this case, again, you need to refer to the context. Okay. If it is, for example, he said, she said, then of course this is referring to anta, tazhabu. Right? So again, you check in the context. Okay. Is it okay, Azam?
Yes, Ustaz. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Yes. Any more question? Before we end our session today, any more questions? All right. So again, for those who have not sent your exercises, please do so. Okay, especially the recording, so that I know whether you have difficulties in pronouncing certain words, for example, and especially okay, the pronunciation of certain letters. And also, I want to check your long vowels. For example, when you read the word tazhabani, this one, how do you read this word? Is it tazhabani? Tazhabani? For example, this word jami'ah. Some students will read jami'ah. So I know, okay, you have problem with this these matters, then I will be able to correct you. Is it Fatima or Fatima? Then I need to hear that. All right. So please send me to my WhatsApp directly for the recording for both lesson 1 and also lesson 2. Okay. That is number 1. For those who have not sent me the recording. Number 2 is the exercise and on This one on the verb conjugation. Okay, so exercise on verb conjugation for both fi'il madi and also fi'il mudari. So fi'il madi, you can refer to the previous notes. So do this for all the verbs, and fi'il mudari, so what we asked you to do just now. This one. Okay, so this is for the exercises. All right, and I have told you about your midterm, right?
Not yet, Ustaz.
Not yet. Okay, your midterm will be after the mid-sem break. Okay, your midterm will be after the mid-sem break. It will be on the, let me check again. If not mistaken, Friday. Okay, sorry. It will be on the 4th of December. Yes, 4th of December. So you have 2 weeks to prepare for your midterm. Okay, on the 4th of December, what time is that? In the morning, 10 to 12. 10 to 12. Okay, 10 to 12. And before the midterm, we will give you exercises on the midterm, the trial midterm. So according to the coordinator, they will send you in the Google form format. So you just do it online. Okay, that is for your midterm. And you have, okay, you will have from, so now since we have learned 2 topics, the topic on ijazah and the al-utla, and also the topic on ibadah Ramadan. So please go through the topics again and try to remember the words, okay, the words that we have in that question. And later I will send you instruction that you will have to do an individual project. So individual project is in the video form, but what about the content? I will give you later. Okay, I will provide you the details later, inshallah. Your individual. So individual project, you have to produce a simple video recording of you saying something related to the lesson. And then we don't have group project. No, we don't have group assignment. So previously, yes, we had group assignment, but some students complained that it is a bit difficult for you to do group assignment during this online session. So we decided to replace it to individual assignment, short assignment. Okay, individual short assignment. So these exercises that I send you, okay, if you don't have time, I will just take these exercises as part of your assignment. So please send me these exercises so that I can give you mark as well. And if I need you to make correction, please do the corrections so I can give you better mark. All right, is it okay? All right. So if there's, yes. So if there's no questions, so that's it for today's class. We'll see you again, inshallah. So Utla Sa'ida. Utla Sa'ida is happy holiday. Utla Sa'ida. Utla Sa'ida. Or Ijaza Sa'ida. Utlatun Sa'ida. Sa'id means happy. Sa'ida. Okay. For Utla Sa'ida, we'll see you again, inshallah, after the mid-sem break. Wa nakhtatim, we end the lesson with tasbih kafarah wa surah al-asr. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asri innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilus salihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Nah. Okay, ila liqa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Ustaz.
Afwan.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
Afwan.
Thank you, Ustaz.
Afwan.